Good morning, friends. Today's topic is evolution of consciousness. If you observe various organisms, consciousness is highest in human beings. There are several planes in consciousness. These are cosmic unconsciousness, collective unconsciousness, individual unconsciousness, subconsciousness, consciousness, superconsciousness, collective consciousness, and cosmic consciousness. Sigmund Freud focused mainly on individual unconsciousness, whereas Carl Jung focused on collective unconsciousness. Our consciousness is just tip of an iceberg. Conscious mind is only 1/10, and unconscious mind is 9 times bigger than the conscious. The unconscious plane includes past memories, thoughts, and future desires. Your dreams are projections and reflections from the unconscious plane. You are just living in a small corner of your being, the tiny conscious mind, as if somebody has a palace and has completely forgotten about the palace and has started living in the porch and thinking this is all. In your daily activities, you are not completely conscious, you are not fully aware and not doing things with mindfulness. The difference between subconscious plane and unconscious plane is, even subconscious plane has past memories, but you can recall those memories. If someone asks you about your friend's name or address, immediately you may not tell, but with conscious effort you can recall those memories. If you can recall those memories, that is subconscious plane. Unconscious plane is complete storehouse of past memories, thoughts, events, and future desires. You can't recall those memories. If someone asks you regarding memories in the first 5 years of childhood, we cannot recall. They are in the unconscious plane. Coming to the conscious plane, the dignity, the beauty, and the glory of man is this consciousness. But it is a burden also. The glory and the burden, they come simultaneously. Every step is a movement between the two. You may evolve to become an awakened person, or you may not. The choice is yours. Your birth is not your choice. You can choose your death, a decisive act. But how to live, how you lead your life is mostly your choice. Man is free to choose between heaven or hell, life or death, the ecstasy or the misery. Sartre said, man is condemned to be free. The other is hell. One seeks the company, but the company of others is not reliable. So he seeks instead the company of things. To live with wife is difficult. To live with the car is not much difficult. So ultimately, possessiveness turns toward things. You may even try to change persons into things. Since childhood, we are told that love people and use things. But what we do is using people and loving things. In a crowd, no one in particular is responsible. There is no individual consciousness, only a group consciousness. You regress in crowd and behave like an animal. You will burn and destroy as part of a crowd. Conscious identity and individual responsibility is the foundation for conscious evolution. A temple should not be built without a foundation. Then the temple falls and destroys those who are building it. Here, individual responsibility is crucial. You are responsible for your evolution. Usually, man escapes from responsibility by creating gods, taking refuge in guru, or getting addicted to drugs, through anything that makes him unconscious. But these efforts to deny responsibility are absurd, juvenile, and childish. They only postpone the problem, they are not solutions. Once you become aware that you alone are responsible, there is no escape through any type of unconsciousness. To become aware means to know that everything depends on you. Conscious evolution begins only if you choose it to begin. If you don't choose it, you will be in a very tense condition. The conscious choice to evolve is a great adventure. The path is arduous. Even your identity is lost. If you don't choose conscious evolution, there is every possibility that you will be in misery, or you will go through a slow, prolonged process of suicide, lingering, wanting to die. In the evolution of consciousness, there are three planes above consciousness: superconsciousness, collective consciousness, and cosmic consciousness. If an individual develops some abilities like intuition, telepathy, psychokinesis, clairvoyance, clairaudience, extrasensory perceptions, all these come under parapsychology. If an individual develops these abilities, it means he is in superconscious plane. But in conscious evolution, we have to experience collective consciousness and cosmic consciousness. When you are experiencing collective consciousness and cosmic consciousness, you will realize that all are one, all are equal, everyone is unique, and everything is interconnected. You will be in tune with existence. You will be in your state of being. Then there will be acceptance to any situation, and you live with facts. Basically, you are part of the whole. You are not an island. You are the miniature universe, a microcosmos. The universe is holographic. What is in macrocosmos is in microcosmos. This world is nothing but your mind. If you experience collective consciousness, you will have one mind. And you are what you think. You live with total awareness, mindfulness, alertness, and watchfulness. And you will live in the present moment with inner peace and inner freedom. And the present moment will not be polluted by the past and future. Freedom means freedom from the past. And if you experience these higher planes of consciousness, you live with the fact of your aloneness. Aloneness is different from loneliness. Loneliness is being aloof, depressed, lost in oneself, close to the outside, close to everything else, becoming a monad, windowless, doorless, totally crystallized person. Aloneness is all oneness, wholeness, and holiness. If you experience the higher planes of consciousness, then only you will be alone. You will move from personality to impersonality, individuality to universality, loneliness to aloneness, and from an egocentric attitude to allocentric attitude. Oneness comes only when you become egoless, and ego can die only when you are totally alone. To be alone is the only revolution. Accept aloneness and learn to live with it. You must not create any fictions. You should not judge people, or you should not imitate anyone. When you experience these higher planes of consciousness, life will be strange, beautiful, majestic, mysterious, and magical. You will be more efficient, more creative, more imaginative, and more blissful. All bliss and beatitude can come only when your life energy is in movement, in relaxed, easy movement, unsuppressed, uninhibited, integral and not fragmentary, not in conflict within itself, but one and organic, complementary and cooperative. Whenever a higher bliss is possible, the lower forms of bliss become irrelevant. If you are holding stones and suddenly diamonds come your way, you will not even notice that you drop the stones. They will drop by themselves, or you will throw them away. This is automatic and spontaneous. If you move into higher planes, you will be the witness. You will be witnessing your mind, body and external world. In witnessing, you become free. The tree never even knows the leaves are falling. In the same way, you will never even know that the mechanical edge is going. It's just like a child growing up and now toys are meaningless. You are responsible for your evolution. If you don't take any responsibility, if you live in your own unconscious state, it is like laying the foundation and going on laying the foundation without ever building the house for which the foundation is meant. If you allow the tree to grow only in one direction, one branch growing, the tree cannot grow. It can grow only in a deep relationship with other branches. It can grow when in a family of branches. A tree to be really rich and growing must grow in all the directions, opposite directions. It must grow toward every direction. Only then will this tree be rich, strong and multidimensional. In your life also, be strong and multidimensional by expanding yourself in various fields. If the mind has no control and if you are living in subconscious and unconscious planes, you will be the slave to your five senses. With conscious evolution, if you experience higher planes like collective consciousness and cosmic consciousness planes, you will be the master of yourself. The take-home message is, if you carry total responsibility for yourself, each step you take is disciplined. Evolution of consciousness is individual responsibility. Live with total acceptance, total awareness, alertness, watchfulness, mindfulness and equanimity. Live with the fact of your aloneness. Live in the present moment. Don't get identified or attached to any things or people. Be a witness and be the master of yourself.